Across the country, very few statewide races, if any, are predicted to be closer than the governor and senator elections here in Wisconsin.
Results will start to roll in after polls close at 8 p.m. And a local elections expert says there are a few counties in the state that will indicate who is going to win. Joe Handrick is a former Minocqua Town chairman and legislator. He will be helping the Wisconsin Republican Party this evening with election analytics. Handrick says he'll be looking at results in the Fox Valley as an early sign of a good night for Republicans or Democrats.
Well, key counties that people can watch are brown and Outagamie counties, are the big swing counties in Wisconsin. And Republicans normally win them, but for a Republican to win statewide, they need to win those counties fairly substantially.
So if Brown County is fairly close, that's not a good sign for Republicans. Handrick will also be looking at the relationship between Dane and Waukesha counties.
Dane County is Wisconsin's big blue county, and Waukesha is Wisconsin's big red county. If a candidate is doing better in one or both of those, that's a good sign for that candidate.
Handrick will be comparing tonight's results in those counties to 2018, when Tony Evers beat Scott Walker by a percentage point. If Michaels and Johnson can surpass Walker's margins, that likely means Republican wins. And I'm Dan Hagan. It's Election Day in Wisconsin, and if history is any indication, expect some close statewide races.
A local elections analyst says recent polls indicate a narrow win for Republican Tim Michaels. The latest Marquette Law School poll shows Michaels and current Governor Tony Evers tied at 48%. Around 1% of voters remain undecided. Joe Handrick, a former legislator from Minocqua, says that's good news for Michaels.
If you're a challenger like Tim Michaels and you're tied going into Election Day, the undecideds that break at the end almost always break against the incumbent. So if the polling is accurate, Tim Michaels is probably going to win by a point.
A wild card is the independent governor candidate, Joan Beglinger. She took in 2% in the Marquette poll. Handrick says that makes a Ron Johnson win and a Tony Evers win possible.
There is a chance that Ron Johnson could win and Tony Evers could win. And the reason for that is there's a third candidate in the governor's race that's going to get 1 or 2%. That 1 or 2% is coming out of Tim Michaels. And so it is possible we have a split decision.
Handrick will be watching Michaels and Johnson's margins compared to Scott Walker's margins in 2018. For Michaels and Johnson to win, they'll have to outperform Walker. And by the way, that tightly contested 2018 race was called shortly after midnight of Election Day.